everyone, I am back with a new deck of cards that I recently got. So this is by Rockpool Publishing. It's called The Mystical Healing Reading Cards by Segal and illustrated by Drake Baddeley. I hope I pronounced that right. So pretty much the synopsis that they have on the back here is that healing everything from fear and anxiety to ancestral patterns and karma, this deck will be one of the most profound and life-changing you have encountered. Propel yourself into your inner life of feelings, soul wisdom, and spiritual evolution with this mystical card deck. Each card's evocative image offers you profound knowledge of self and spirit combined with practical guidance and tools for transformation. You will find yourself more aware, more resilient, and more able to tackle challenges and embrace opportunities. And so what really drew me into this deck is because of the artwork. It looks very, even though I'm not an overly religious person, but I do love religious art, if that makes sense. I love religious art. I love hearing religious stories because usually they're based off of like cultural things. I think you can learn a lot hearing people's like anecdotal notes or like cultural sayings and religious stories and things like that, and how they practice their religion or practice spirituality in their areas. So that's really what drew me to this, is because of the artwork. It looks haunting. I also like that it says mystical healing, and it says dealing with everything from ancestral patterns, karma, anxiety, fear, and things like that. It's going to help you confront that and heal from that and change. And a lot of the readings that I like to do, that I deal with, that I feel like I excel better at, is picking up on the pain that other people have and kind of like helping them work through that. So yeah, this deck was really interesting to me. Don't do this at home, children. Okay. Let's see here. So out of the wrapping. And so this is kind of like a magnetic flap, kind of like that. Oh, these some big babies. So look at how big these cards are. This is hands width. They kind of remind me of, hold on, I'm going to show you this other deck I have. So they're not your traditional card sizes. So this is the Tarot of the Intuitive Heart. It's by, oh my gosh, she played in the craft and she was like on one of my favorite shows, Half and Half. This is like not your typical tarot deck that you would shuffle with. And just look at how big that is compared, this oracle deck is, to these cards. I will say right off the bat, this I paid, it says on the back of here, I want to say this deck was roughly, it was somewhere around like $20 something that I paid for this deck. I want to say save just a little bit, like 10% on it. But I do not like that you only get, what is it, 44 cards? I'm pretty sure it says 44 cards. Sorry, mistaken. You only get 36 cards. The art sounds, you know, nice and everything, but you only get 36 cards for $20 something. That roughly comes out to you spending, what, damn near $1 a piece for the cards. $1 and some change per card. I do love the back of this. So let's just go through this. We're going to flip through these really quick. Nope, let's do this your way so you can actually see it. It kind of gives me like Venetian is the word I want to say. Venetian art inspiration. This is a pretty interesting card for me. Looking at it, it says creating boundaries, but it makes me think of like the especially as like a person of color. I identify as a person of color, yes. This makes me think of the oftentimes how we mask or we code switch to fit into certain surroundings and settings that we're in. So yeah. Again, more masking. Love that. Examine your integrity. It really makes me think of, can you really not be bought? A lot of people say things, you know, everything isn't for sale. But a lot of people be selling their integrity, their morals, their respects for a price tag. Or access to something. Explore your ancestry. I feel like I'm going to get that card a lot. Focus on higher trust. Ground yourself. a modern wording on an old world spin. It's a no. Okay. Listen to your guardian angel, because I know she has a headache talking to me, because I don't never be listening. Listen to your intuition. I barely listen to her too. Love your body. Ooh, that minimized guilt. Justice meet the devil card for me. Practice positivity. Recognizing divine timing. Release fear. Relieve anxiety. Relinquish control. That's me. Read me. Reverse dissociation. Show self-respect. Step into the unknown. Stop breaking agreements. I also can see this as like stop breaking promises. Take positive action. Temper your criticism. Transform anger. I can see that coming up for me a lot. Unlock your heart. And yes, I am going to show it that way so you can see it the long way. And you have support. And so I'm going to show you with this one. It's kind of like what the cardstock looks like. Very flimsy. It's I want to say it's probably like 3-ply with plastic coating to kind of like keep it. I do see this kind of like bending and crackling. I can see me really breaking these in because I do bridge shuffling, so I can definitely see me breaking these in. So yeah, let's see what card we get. I'm going to shuffle these to see how they shuffle. And you know, I will say that because these cards are big, I do like that they're easy to bend to shuffle. Ooh, that was kind of bad. Let's do this one more time. We got to do about 3 times anyway. So make sure it's nice to shuffle for me. I believe in the power of 3. You can kind of see me struggling trying to shuffle this. Third time's a charm. All right. And let's see how overhand shuffle. Because of the coating that's on it, the plastic layering coating that's on it, it makes it easy to overhand shuffle. Up, and we got our card. Create boundaries. Okay, let's go in here. It's number 7. And the book reads, create boundaries, knowing when to say yes and when to say no. Knowing what works for you and what doesn't, when to say yes, when to say no, and developing a healthy sense of self-respect is vital for your personal well-being. Be genuinely honest with yourself. Are you someone who has healthy boundaries with others, or do you constantly disregard your own needs, well-being, and inner harmony in order to be liked, accepted, or approved by others? How often do you find yourself completely drained after trying to help or change another person without any consideration of what is healthy for you? Your body's vitality, as well as the state of your inner life, depends on your ability to tune into your inner cycles and listen to what uplifts you and what behavior leaves you drained and gasping for some kind of self-regard. Action. Meditate on what it really means to have healthy boundaries, where you value, respect, and honor yourself. Write down with whom or in which situations you lack boundaries and how this affects you, your life, and other people involved. Start to treat yourself with more care while kindly taking breaks from certain individuals or letting them know how you want to be treated. Remember, only you can prioritize yourself and create a healthier life. Don't be surprised if certain people are not happy with your change. Ain't that the truth? And let's see here. Ina also included a couple of spreads here. One is called the card spread, taking the next step, the choice, and then the next step. Okay. She has one where you can use a pendulum. Ooh, don't mind if I do. So I'm going to try this one that she has in the book where you can place some cards in a circle and see which ones the pendulum goes to. I'm kind of like to know what you need to work on. And so I'm just going to take these from the top. I'm going to do kind of like a triangle and see just kind of like how you could use this with your... I feel like it's this one. Love your body. It's funny that I get this card after just going to work out. How do you feel about your body? Do you constantly critique it, or do you listen to it and lovingly nourish and cherish it? Any consciously or unconsciously harbor feelings of self-repulsion, rejection, frustration, anger, and guilt will start to weaken various parts of your body. You're being asked to tune in and work on creating a healthy inner environment. You also have to say this doesn't seem like physical, but like internal for me. What if you could see your physical body as the most incredible, divine, perfectly designed part of you, a place that houses your soul? From that perspective, what food, drink, thoughts, feelings, and even relationships would you entertain? When you let go of the painful, traumatic experiences that have caused you to feel unsafe, start to create healthy boundaries, and begin to understand more about your divine nature, your body will become stronger, healthier, and more beautiful. Yeah, that is the message I needed to hear right now. I don't know how many of you also needed to hear it. Sometimes we forget that our bodies is more than just the physical appearance. I know a lot of people usually get hung up on that, but there's also internal things. You know, you holding back saying things to certain people can definitely influence how you deal with trauma or engage in conflict resolution or constant struggle. How you show up when, you know, things get hard. It can, you know, start developing things within your kidneys or you know, headaches and things like that. Your heart, definitely your heart. So we often forget that sometimes the emotional and the mental work that goes into taking care of our bodies, and also what we're feeding our bodies. A lot of us also don't take good care of ourselves when it comes to nutrition. I think oftentimes of like you hear especially like here in America, you often hear about a lot of people who have like diabetes and things like that. And it's because of the lack of access to just like overall health and access to good quality food. But I think it's also the addiction to sweetness that we have because so many of us are removed from our native homeland, so to speak. So yeah, definitely love your body is the message I think we all can learn from, because it shows up in more than just in the physical. Sometimes it's things, it slowly breaks down the internal or the mental, and you have to consider that as well. So yeah.